Hi, this is Dave, and welcome to a junior edition of To the Table. And today I'm going to be joined by my niece and nephew, and we are going to be teaching you how to play and playing through Sushi Draft from Blue Orange Games. This is a card drafting game where we're going to be working to compete for the majority of different sushi types. Let's take a look at the game and how it's played, and I'll come back and I'll share a few thoughts. Okay, I'm going to be joined by Kaylee and Chris today for another episode of Playing with the Kids, and we're going to teach you about Sushi Draft. And let's take a look at the components first. We have our sushi cards that we'll be drafting, and let's take a look at the cards. Each card is going to have a different type of sushi on there, and there is a number that is on there, and this is not how many points they're worth, but how many there are in the deck of cards. And this happens to be a salmon roll, and we have this is a shrimp and avocado roll. We have a mackerel tamaki. Let's see what else we have. This is a tuna nigiri. This one is a cucumber maki. And I think that's all the types. And then there's also a wild card, which could be any one of those types. So we are going to be playing over 3 rounds. We will be dealt 6 cards, and we will end up drafting and eating 5 types of sushi. We also have these award tokens over on the side, and these are going to be used for scoring points. And for the majority of each sushi type drafted, we will be able to take one of these tokens. And then there's also this dessert token, which will be awarded to the person who drafts the most different types of sushi in a round. So those are the components, and let's show you how to play. All right, so we have, we're ready for the first round, and you guys will be playing along with me to see what type of sushi that we have. And so I'll show you these different cards. And again, I told you that it's not how many points they're worth, but how many there are in the deck. So some of them are a little bit more rare than others. And so let's decide what we're going to want to try to go for. And I think we're going to choose, what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of our cards sushi that we're going to eat first. So we'll take that and we're going to place it face down in the middle, and then once everybody's done that, we're going to reveal that.
So Chris, place one down.
Which one you're going to eat, okay? And then we will go ahead and slide out here so they can see it on camera. All right, ready? We'll flip it over and reveal. Okay. So I have a mackerel dish, you have a cucumber one, and you have a salmon roll. Now, next thing that we are going to do is with our remaining cards, we're going to choose one that we're going to keep. And then we're going to pass the cards around. So we may want to keep this one just for our own reason. So we keep one, and then we pass the rest of them to the player next to us. And so the one that we kept now, we can add to our hand. So here we go, added to our hand. Let's take a look what we have. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. Well, let's try this. Put it face down, or first we'll do the reveal then. Pick one of your sushi that you're going to eat, put it out in the middle, flip it over. All right, so I have that. So Kaylee kept that one. Chris has 2 salmon rolls. Now we get a chance to keep one. We'll keep that, and we'll pass. All right, let's see, what do we have?
Oh, I have no choice.
And let's see. I'm thinking that maybe we will keep this one to eat. All right. Ready? Let's flip it over. I've got that one, so I've got 2 of those. Chris has 3 salmon rolls. All right. Let's see, what's Kaylee going to keep over there? I know what she's going to pass. I know. See, the thing is now I know what she has and what she's got to pass, and so I'm going to keep that one past these 2. Try to outsmart the kids. Let's see, what do we have? Well, All right, I'll keep this one. Okay, let's. Are we eating one? What are we eating? Boom. All right. Keeping one, passing one.
So keep this.
Well, we put it face down. Which one do you keep? Okay, so we should have 2 cards left. So let's see what we have here. And so we're going to choose one to eat, and then the other one we're going to discard. So we'll discard this one face down, and we will flip it over. What are you eating? I'm eating that one.
I'm eating that one.
Okay, so what we've done now is we've completed our first round of drafting. So we're going to go through and we will award scoring chips. So let's start off with the first one. We have the tuna nigiri. Chris, you get that. You can look at how many points it's worth. Don't flip it over till the end. But for the audience at home, we'll see how many points it's worth. You can see how many points that's worth. Okay. The next one for the mackerel. There is a tie, and so what happens if there's a tie? It would go to the next player. Since there is no person in second place, it just gets discarded, so nobody's going to get that one. So that will just go out of the round here like this. I'll just leave it there. Next, we're going to go with the shrimp and avocado rolls. Kaylee and I are tied, so we're not going to get one for that either. The salmon roll, he's got some more points there. So Chris is out in front. And we have the cucumber maki, and I have 2 of those. Kaylee only has 1, so I'm going to get that one. So I get this many points. And it looks like the most different types of sushi drafted, what was it? Kaylee, you have 4, I have 3. And okay, so Kaylee's going to get that. She gets that. Well, that's a lot of points. All right. So what's going to happen now is that all these cards are going to be discarded. We've discarded all of these. And we're going to do this again. All right, so the next round, what we're going to do is we took all the sushi cards and we've shuffled them up, and we're going to deal 6 cards out, and we're going to do this again. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Make sure we all have 6 cards. I have 6 cards. Everybody else has 6 cards. All right, let's take a look at what we have. We're going to choose one that we're going to eat. Again, let's go. Let's try this one. Okay. All right, ready? Boom. Oh, Kaylee, you have a wild, so you can use that for any one. You don't have to pick what type it is now, but you'll be able to use that in the future. All right, let's choose one to keep. Keep that. And we will pass. And the cards come back into our hand. Whoops. Dropped one on the floor. You don't see that off camera, but... All right, I think we're gonna do that. All right. Ready? Get a second one of those. Okay. We're going to choose to keep that one again. Pass this over.
Keep that one.
Probably just gave Kaylee a bunch of points, so we'll see. Which one you picking? Keeping, Chris?
Wait, not that one. I should probably pick this.
Okay. So hold on a second. He's still passing me cards over. So let's take a look at what we have. Well, I think we're going to diversify a little bit. We'll keep this one here. I think, maybe. Let's see. If we look at what's going on here, we've got, this is the layout of what cards that we're keeping, and could potentially go around again, but I think we're going to eat this one. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Flip. Okay. All right, and we need to keep one. Keep that one. And then we're going to pass.
Wait, yeah.
Okay, so we have, oh, good. Nice. Look at that. It's pretty. I'm going to choose one to eat. Chris, you just gave me some stuff. That was... Okay, ready? You got one to eat? Get it ready to eat.
We're ready.
Okay, I got that one. What do you have over there? Chris has the mackerel down there. All right. Now we got to choose one to keep, and And then what we're going to do is we have the pass. No, we're gonna pass one yet. So I am gonna keep that one again. I keep holding on to it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna hold on to this one, and I guess I'm gonna pass that one, which I probably was not a good idea to do. So let's see. All right, so we're going to choose one to play. Whoops, and then we're going to discard one. Sorry about that. I knocked the camera over. All right, this one's gonna get discarded.
Discard.
Pick one to eat and one to get rid of, Chris.
Don't forget that one.
Which one you gonna keep and which one you getting rid of? All right, so this one's gone, and we'll flip them over. Boom, so I got that. All right, so Kaylee, you can make those whatever you want to do.
I want this one to be that one.
Okay, so put it on top of it. Okay.
And this one to be that one.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. So the first thing that we're going to do is let's look at the tuna. Chris and I both have 2. Kaylee only has 1. Since it's a tie, Kaylee gets it. That's the way the rules state. It goes in the person in second position. So because we're tied, Kaylee ends up getting the points. Let's look at the mackerel. Okay, the mackerel, you are the only one who has 1, so you're going to have that one. Let's look at the shrimp and avocado rolls. I have 3. Kaylee has only 2, so I'm actually going to get that one. Salmon rolls. Chris has 2, so he's going to get that one. The cucumber maki, you have 1 of those, and you also drafted 4 different types of sushi again, so you get that one again. So we've awarded points, and we're going to take all of the sushi cards again. We're going to shuffle them up, and we have one final round to play in Sushi Draft. So let's shuffle up the cards. What's that? So we're going to have to see how many points we have. And nobody knows how many points. Nobody knows what the points are right now because we've been keeping them hidden. I think that's probably one of the ways that we want to play, is just so that nobody knows what we have. So, last thing that we're going to do, deal out 6 cards again. I've shuffled them up. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. Okay, final round in Sushi Draft. Let's take a look at what we have and see if we can try and score some points. I'm not very good at drafting games, so you certainly don't want to play 7 Wonders with me. But anyways, let's take a look at what we're going to try and do here. I think we're going to choose this one to eat. What's this one here? Is this one of my cards, too, that I should have had in my hand? Probably. Let's look. I'm just going to still stay with that one. So let's flip it over. Kaylee's got the wild. And we're going to choose to keep this one. Maybe we'll get some.
I guess I could keep this one.
We're going to pass these over. Let's see what Chris is going to keep over there.
No, it's done.
We've got that there in front of us. This is Chris's over here. Wait, Kaylee, we haven't even gotten cards yet. So let's look. All right, so we kept that one, and it looks like, wow, that was probably a good reason to keep that. So let's keep this one to eat. All right, ready? Let's eat sushi. Boom. All right, Chris with the salmon again. Well, let's look at what we're gonna keep. We're gonna keep this one.
I'm gonna keep that one.
And we're gonna pass. So right now we're looking at seeing what Kaylee's been picking, and all right, let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna get the most different types here. We want to get some points. I'm gonna keep this one just because. Okay, we ready? Let's reveal. Okay, good. All right, so Chris is hogging all the salmon rolls over there. Let's look and see what do we have out there that's picked. We're gonna keep this one, and we're gonna pass those 2. Cards coming in. Let's take a look what we have. We're gonna try to see if we can do something here by keeping this one. Okay, ready? Reveal. I've got that one. Chris with the salmon again. We're gonna keep this one here. Pass this over there. Wow, that was not very good. So we're gonna choose one, and then we're going to choose this one and discard the other one. Just pick one and discard one. Which one you getting rid of? Okay, and let's reveal.
I couldn't got to know that.
All right, so let's see what happens. Salmon, or Kaylee, what are you making your wild?
Salmon.
You're making it a salmon roll? Okay. All right, so you guys both have one. Nobody's going to get that one. I'm going to get the mackerel. I have 2. You guys have none. The shrimp and avocado rolls, Kaylee, I was banking on her keeping that other one, and she didn't, so nobody gets that one. Salmon roll, Chris gets. And now we have the cucumber maki. Kaylee and I are tied, so we don't get it, but Kaylee drafted 5 different types of sushi, so she gets that one. So now at the end, let's clear out all of our cards, and let's reveal how many points everybody has. And I'm sure that I lost. So let's see what happens. So I have 3 points, 3 points, and 4 points. So I have a big whopping 10 points. Chris, how many do you have? Put up your point chips.
I have.
Put them on the screen here. So we have 4. We have another 2. We have a 2. So that's 8, 10, 13 points. Kaylee, how many do you have? 3. And 4 is 7.
2.
And 2, that's 9.
3.
12.
And 5.
All right, so let's see. She's got 17 points. So Kaylee is the winner of Sushi Draft. And that's how you play the game. Stay tuned and all right, we had a chance to see Sushi Draft played, and let's talk about it. Now, had my niece and nephew on here to play through the game, and first thing let me talk about is the age appropriateness. My niece and nephew, 7 and 9 years old, and this is 8 to adult, so I think that we are indicated with the age properly. I think that they grasp the concepts of this game. And the game has positives and negatives. I'm going to talk about them throughout. Let me start off with talking about the production quality. I think it's very, very well done. The game comes in a tin. It's nice and thin, doesn't take up a lot of space. The lid is embossed. It has, so you get a nice texture when you're touching it. And then the inside of the box, we've got this game that has slots for the scoring tokens as well as the cards, so everything stays neat and organized inside there. I really like the artwork of the cards. I think that they're very, very well done, and I love the fact that the graphic design, they decided to put in the little sign there to tell you how many of each of the card types there are as we're playing the game. Now, one of the things that I am concerned about, and I view this as a negative, is that I find these cards to be on the thin side, and so I'm not really sure how well they're going to hold up over time from playing the games a lot of times. And the other thing is that with the dark edges all the way around, that they could be prone to marking. And with them being round cards, you can't sleeve them to protect them. Now we get into the gameplay itself, and we have a very, very simple rule book. It's just a single page, like, you know, just a fold up thing. Very, very simple to get into the game. And this is, I find this to be a great introduction into the whole card drafting mechanics. Very straightforward in terms of what you're trying to do, and you're only trying to get majorities of the sushi types in order to score points, as well as trying to have different types, the most different types in order to get the dessert tokens. So very simple in terms of what you're going to do. One of the things that I do find is a positive in how this game is played is that as you're choosing the cards, you're going to choose one that you're going to play, you get to hold on to one, and then you pass the rest. So you can form somewhat of a forward strategy with this, or you can hold this card in your hand, maybe you can use it for yourself and prevent your opponent from getting it if they can, and knowing that they could use it to have a majority. So I do like that aspect of the game. Now the game also has some other things that are positives going for it. Being a family-friendly game, there are some neat like little surprise elements in here that are going to have some suspense for the end of game scoring. Each of the scoring rounds, as you saw, the tokens are taken from a pile, and these have been shuffled up, and they're drawn at random, and you don't expose them until the end of the game. Well, one person could have this sushi type, and they're going to score 3 points. Another player can also have had the majority for the same sushi type, and they only score 1 point. So there's a variable scoring in here that's going to have some suspense at the end, and especially for families, I think it's going to be really good for somebody to think, oh, well, maybe I didn't do so well, if they still have a chance to win. Another positive thing is that there are some advanced play options in the game to play the game to add a little bit more complexity. And some of them have to do with changing the rotation of the way the cards are passed. And then also some of the cards have some wasabi on them, and those will only get scored as half points when counting them up. So I think that those are some neat things that can be used for this game. Now, getting into the negatives of this game. I talked about the production quality, and there's 2 other things that I view as negatives. First of all, some people may not be keen on the fact with how these are scored, and they're variable, that sometimes somebody can get 3 points, another one can only get 1 point, and that could turn some people off from the game. And I understand that because they may be sensitive to the numbers and really taking games seriously. This is not a game to be taken seriously. This is a very, very casual game. Secondly, with this game being a very, very straightforward, very basic card drafting game, people who are more experienced with card drafting are going to find this game to fall short in terms of their expectations, and it's going to be a game that is not going to deliver for them. So when I talk about this, I can't give this a recommendation for experienced gamers. However, this game is very, very well for families, those who don't have a lot of experience and want to learn how to draft cards, and also, again, for kids to play. It makes for a good family experience. From a family perspective, what are the benefits of bringing a game like this in? Well, you're going to make decisions along the way, what cards you're going to take, and trying to be able to get the majority. And then also looking at seeing you're looking at observation of what other players are doing in the game, and you're going to try to say, well, do I want to hold on to this card? Maybe I can use it for myself, for my own advantage. Maybe I can get the dessert token. Or are you going to say, well, something, I really want to have more cards coming my way, and you're going to end up giving a card to your opponent that they can use. So you're going to have to make those decisions along the way and trying to make the best choices possible through the card drafting. And that is Sushi Draft. All right, and that's it for now. Join me again next time as we take a look at another game and we see how it makes it to the table. Bye-bye.